As we talk more about communism, we need to identify the areas where it became popular, where it gained strength, where they exemplified communism, and where they practiced it for a state. Well, we can have different examples on it, but just to limit my ideas, just to limit the scope of my discussion, if I only talk about USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, or so to say Soviet Union, I think I can deliver well without wasting the time or going into off-topic discussion. Well, the Tsars ruled Russia for a very long period of time. If we talk about October Revolution in 1917, when the communists took over, when the socialists took over in Russia, Russia being a very large state, it was in fact ruled by the Tsars, and the Tsars ruled it for a very long period of time. And even if we go beyond Tsars, there were the Mongols, Tatars. Well, some of the people say that this region of the world that we call Rus, this part of the world that we called Rus was in fact founded by the Mongols. They say it so that Mongols founded the country of Rus because whatever Rus was before the arrival of Mongols in the region, before the arrivals of Tatars in the region, this region was thoroughly nomadic in the nature. The region was thoroughly nomadic in the region. The region was thoroughly nomadic in the nature because of the scarcity of natural resources. And of course, when we talk about the olden days, the life depended a lot upon agriculture. The system of life wasn't really mechanized. So to live well, to prosper well, to sustain well, one needs to have a proper form of agriculture. But what happened to Rus? Rus was an area of extreme weather. When we talk about Rus being the part of the upper region of the world in northern hemisphere, in the higher degrees in the northern latitude. And as we see the country extending from Eastern Europe, where we've got Ukrainian part, where we've got the Balkan part, where we've got the eastern part of Europe, where we've got Moscow, where we've got the western nose of Rus. If you start ascertaining this country from eastern part of the Europe, it extends far in east and goes as far as Siberia, covering the whole area on the roof of Asia. And the country goes far, far into Siberia. It is such a large country that there are as many as 11 time hours. 11 hours from one part of the country to the other part of the country. So if it is noon in one part of the world in east, then the other part of the world in west, where the same country sustains, will have midnight there. So there are 11 time regions in this country, a very large country, and certainly the largest country of the world, and which is in the upper part of Asia, in the higher latitudes of Asia, and starting from Eastern Europe going into east, covering the whole of Asia, the upper part of Asia, and then ending by the Pacific, Russia.